Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Tess Lark, and this is an art and beauty channel, so if those are videos you're interested in, make sure you subscribe because I am here for you every single week. And today I'm so pumped because I'm going to be showing you how to make these resin flowers. So this is a really cool technique, and I'm actually going to try a couple different typing techniques just to show you the differences in the end results between the two. I think that one technique is a little bit more tricky than the other one, but both of them just take a little bit of practice. I'm so excited on how these turned out, and I'm really excited to show the process with you guys. So let's just jump right into this video and get started. But before we do, if you do like this video, please give this video a like. It helps my channel out a lot, and it also lets me know that I'm making content that you guys want to see from me. So yep, hit that button and let's go. So to save some time with this project and this video, I went ahead and mixed my resin in advance, and I'm just going to be mixing colors to show you guys what I used and also to document it for myself so I can come back and look at what I did right and see what worked. So I'm starting with the Pinata color, and it is titanium white. You just want to mix up this color before you use it. I'm also adding a powdered pigment by Pearl-X. It's their Interference Blue, and this just gave my white such a pretty like blue pearly color to it. Just a little bit of this goes a long way. And while I'm mixing, I'm also just trying to see how opaque the color is. And I don't know if you can see that really pretty blue shine. But next up, I'm going to go ahead and mix my color. And I'm starting out with a teal by Pinata Colors and just adding a few drops. I want to say I added about like 6 or 7 drops. I'm just giving that a mix. And as you can see, the color's still pretty translucent, and I want it to be opaque. So I added a couple drops of my titanium white just to give that a mix. Just because I'm using these for the petals, so you don't want it translucent at all. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of my teal. And I've heard that the general rule of thumb when mixing pigments and resin is it's 90% resin to 10% pigment. Any more than that and your resin may not cure correctly. I also added some Baja Blue, and I added a couple drops of black from Let's Resin just because I wanted like a nice, rich, dark, kind of almost muted tone. And I'll also go ahead and provide a more detailed material list down in the description if anybody's interested. I'll have that all listed below, all that information, so you can find all this stuff and try this project on your own. For the center of the flowers, I'm going to be using a little bit of gold glitter, so I'm just mixing that up with just a tiny little bit of resin. You want to keep your glitter nice and chunky and thick so that it doesn't spread all throughout your coaster. You really want to keep the glitter thick enough that it's not really going to run. And next we're going to pour our resin in. But first I'm going to put my colors into small little Ziploc bags. Essentially what I'm going to do is make little piping bags with these. So eventually I'm going to twist all the pigment down into one corner and cut off the ends when I'm ready to use them. And I'm just going to try to get a pretty fairly even amount into both of these coasters. I'm going to be trying 2 different techniques to make flowers here, so I'll just be using 2 of these coaster spaces. And then using my heat gun, I'm just going to pop some of these bubbles that formed on the surface. I'm also using a popsicle stick just to go around the outside of the molds because that can help pop any bubbles that are forming on the sides, or at least get them up to the surface, so then you can get them with your heat gun. And I'm going to start our first technique by just putting a little bit of glitter in the center, or as close to the center as I can get. I'm also kind of trying to push the glitter down through the resin so you can see it on both sides of the coaster, and just smearing it out a little bit, try to get the shape that I want, something a little organic. And I'm just going to twist off my pigment, my blue pigment, and taking some scissors, just making the tiniest little cut. You really don't want this to be too big or all of your resin's just going to pour out way too fast. And I'm just going to prepare my bag of white. Another teeny tiny cut. And then we're just going to start making circles around the outside of the center of our flower. And you're going to alternate in colors. And the other thing about this technique is that you don't want the colors to overlap each other. And also, if you can see where the circles start, there's like a little blob. So I'm just trying to offset those blobs so they're not all in the same part of the coaster. And just slow and steady going around, alternating circles, making sure that they don't touch. And then using a clean popsicle stick, I'm just going to take the outside of the furthest line and draw that into the center, kind of creating a petal pattern, just using the popsicle stick to drag each petal inwards. And then with my heat gun on its lowest setting, I'm going to go ahead and carefully from the outside in, just kind of blow out each one of those petals. And for my second technique, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some blue in the center of my flower first. And then on top of that, I will add some glitter. And with this technique, we'll actually be piping our own petals. So just taking one color at a time and starting from the center and just making little half circles going all the way around. I'm going to follow that up one more time with my white. And then after that, I will do a couple layers of blue. And the petals don't have to be too perfect, just have some fun with it, let it flow, and just kind of follow what you've already put down. And then once again, just using my heat gun to take the flowers from the outside in, or the petals from the outside in, to pop any surface bubbles and just to try to help the flower start to bloom. Okay, so I let my coasters set up overnight, and let's just take them out of the molds and see how they look. I'm really excited. They really kept their shape. So let's just pull these up. The first one. It's so pretty. The back came out really cool too. It really has this really neat like 3D pattern effect to it. It really looks like multi-dimensional in there. It's really beautiful. I'll definitely take a little video in a low light so you guys can see the details. But wow, these are gorgeous. I'm so happy. Okay, and then here's the second one. I'll just pull this guy out. They're cured nice and hard, nice and glossy. Look at that, it's so pretty. And then here's the back on this one. It's like really interesting. I'm not quite sure why I got these like blobs of white. It's still pretty cool looking, but for this one, I definitely prefer this side. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like these? What do you think? And so this one is the one where I didn't actually pipe any petals. I just made circles in alternating colors and then took my popsicle stick and used that to drag them into the center to make the pattern. And then this one is the one that I did actually go ahead and pipe petals individually onto. I'm not sure which one I like more. I like them both for different reasons. And I'll definitely be making some coaster sets in different colors of these, which you can find at my Etsy shop. It's fragilbeings.com. And I will go ahead and link that down in the description below so you can see all the things that I make that I have up for grabs currently. Wow. These are so pretty and I'm so stoked. Alright, well that's it for me today. If you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a like or subscribe, or don't do either. I'm just really happy that you are watching this video. Thank you for your time, and I will see you next week. Bye!